Yep.
In this simulation, what we're showing is what will happen when the victim has a proper support network from their friends. So there's already an established social network, and there is a pretty intense bullying relationship between two of the agents. As the simulation runs, you'll notice that with the support network, the relationship between the bully and the victim remains static because the bully cannot further take advantage of the victim.
That's really interesting because in the previous simulation, the red and the green dots were getting close, very close together, but now it's fairly static.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce an authority figure, let's say a teacher, into the simulation. And what will happen is you'll see that the bullying will become less effective with each iteration and will eventually stop altogether as the link now between the bully and the victim has been broken to support the victims from their friends and the effect the authority has on the simulation.
Perfect. And I guess you're using AI algorithms and
databases and all that fun stuff, yes.
That's good. So could you explain to me some of the technical accomplishments that you have made through the simulation?
Well, we've definitely progressed the user interface. Started off as a very rudimentary, basic, you click on one button and the rest all break. So we've definitely progressed to come up with a more aesthetically pleasing and more efficient and usable user interface. And we had a lot of work with the rule set. Originally we were trying to use an open source rule library, but it had no documentation. It was very rigid in what it allowed you to do and not do, and so we ended up having to use a Java class loader or Java reflection API to give the user flexibility to design whatever kind of rules that they wanted to govern the way the agents interact and how it occurs.
Yeah, like one brief question about Java. Why did you choose Java when you could have used, say, a web-based approach, JavaScript, where, say, if I'm the brother of a younger sister and I can log in and I can myself learn about bullying, you could have run the same simulation there too.
Yeah, well, actually, one of the things that's future work is to develop a web-based, probably a networked game that allows students to log in and play the role of a victim or a bully and learn about the impacts of bullying. We used Java because it was deployable on multiple platforms, so we don't have compatibility issues and also there's a lot of documentation, so if the users are coding their own rule sets, they have resources available to teach them how.
Perfect. I mean, I think this week there was an issue in Alberta where a teacher had issued a lawsuit against a student because the student was giving threats, and it was done under human rights. So, I mean, I see this as a very, very powerful app for education and for reduction of bullying, because just education, verbal, like it doesn't deliver what we want.
So here with the game, you can play the victim, you can play the bully, you can play a bystander, and then you can see how any type of bullying situation impacts the rest of your classmates or the rest of the society. So we're hoping that the students, well, at least our target market right now are students, the younger people will start to learn that their issues and their experiences do in fact impact others around them and not just themselves.
Perfect. And I have a beautiful poster over here. And in the poster, I noticed. Yes, can you explain to me about the model view controller? Because I have no idea about it.
Okay, the model view controller is a design pattern. A design pattern is simply a general way of approaching a problem in an efficient manner. And the model view controller design pattern is used when you want to separate data from its visual representation. So if you want to change the way data is viewed, you don't have to change the mechanism that has the control logic in it. So it just makes it easy. It reduces coupling between components, and it makes it easy to modify and reuse components and scale the system.
That's a very smart approach, because that's how you can have a very large system which is scalable and not encounter issues in the future when you're making your app larger in size and not have issues in performance.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Thank you guys, and I hope you get very good grades in the judging scheme later on because I loved your project.
Thank you.